Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Gothic 3 by Mr. Joseph. Here I am, and I've actually been sitting here with the game just going without paying attention because, well, I was busy doing something else on my other computer, which sits adjacent to this one. So in the meantime, you can see that the weather's changed a little bit, and this is kind of cool. It looks like a bit of a rainy day. I think if I push L, you can see that it's 126 or 1326, and so it's definitely a cloudy, rainy day, and it's really cool how that affects the game and the feeling. It actually feels like it's rainy or misty or moist here. Anyway, when we last left off, we had just finished talking to most of the people in Cape Dun, and I actually exited the town to talk to Jens about his wolf skins, and so we turned in that quest. And now I'm going to go back and try to do a couple more quests. I'm just using the opportunity to pick up any stray plants along the edge here. Okay, so I don't see any. Okay, so I think if you want to kill these wolves, you've got to kill the ones that are up here as well. I'm going to grab this wolf skin while I'm here. I'm pretty sure there are some wolves located up here in this little nook. Up here. So we're going to go ahead and hop up here. If you want to hop, you push number pad 0, at least on my configuration. You can change that, of course. Now, there's a wolf right there. Now, I can tell you from experience that when you fight on rocks like this, it tends to create a bit of a dangerous situation, but also an advantageous situation, depending on precisely how the game believes you're standing. So, you see how the wolves are running to the side like that? It's kind of weird. You'd expect them to be charging you directly. It's because the rocks create a certain path that makes it very difficult for the wolves to travel directly in one direction. You can kind of exploit this, as I'm doing right now, but I can also tell you that under other circumstances, that would cause the wolves to essentially be able to trap you and eat you to death. Also, continuing to shoot them risks dislodging them from their current positions, which, could result ultimately in you being eaten as well. So, it's a tactic you should use with caution. Okay, so, I mentioned it was a rainy day, or a cloudy day a minute ago. It is now a rainy day, and that is so realistic. I am just, even now, coming back and playing this game once again after having not played it for a little while, I'm just in awe of how realistic that is. So I'm going to go ahead and open this chest up while I'm up here. And we've got an amulet of ice protection, another one, a crossbow, a sword, and a torch. Nothing of particularly high value. And let's just pop up here and see if there's any weapons laying on these skeletons. It's kind of funny. One funny thing about this game is when it wants to distribute random treasures, it feels, I was just talking about how realistic the rain was, but when the game wants to distribute treasures, it jumps to the absurd because it does so by having, usually it's like 2 or 3 oh geez, who's this? I didn't even know these guys were up here. This is an addition based on Quest Pack 4, I'm assuming. Well, I better get my old trusty sword out and take this dude out. He's got a cudgel, which is a sucking weapon. That's what the goblins use. So I'm just going to chop him up. It does horrible damage. Kill him. Grab his gear here. I wonder if this is going to be a quest. If it is, when I kill the other one, I think I saw, it'll turn blue and it'll indicate that a quest is, yeah, there's another one right there. And they're already enemies, so there's no real risk of failing some other quest by killing them because you can already tell they're hostile because they're red. Now, maybe good role-playing would require me to get this quest before I attacked, but I was caught by surprise, and I assume they would have attacked me if I would have continued walking, and, so I guess the role-playing justification is I was about to be attacked, and I was just defending myself. There we go. He shot him to death with about 18 arrows. He's like that orc in the Lord of the Rings. It takes like 17 million arrows to take down. Was that an orc or was that Boromir? I can't remember. All I know is it got pretty sticky there at the end between Boromir and Aragorn in the first movie. Okay, that one requires difficult luck, so we'll come back to that one. Okay, looks like we're overlooking the town. I would jump off the cliff, but I haven't learned acrobatics yet, and that might kill me. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by those folks up there. What was it? Oh, realism. Okay, so the game plops down 2 skeletons in a chest anytime it wants to distribute a treasure. And I just think that's so unrealistic. You don't need 2 skeletons in a chest for every single treasure. Just put it in a chest, or better yet, put it laying on the ground. I know people might not find it, but that's realistic. Another couple of things to complain about while we're on the subject of complaining about random things. Why is it Jens, or is it Jens, but then it's Javier? I know this game was in German, so I would assume it would be Jens, but Javier. Does anybody pronounce that Javier? Wouldn't it be Javier? It should be Javier, because Javier is a Spanish name, or a Hispanic name, and it's pronounced with an H, not a J sound, so it should be Javier. So even though I called him Javier from the beginning, I'm going to start calling him Javier if I can remember, notwithstanding the game's preferences. Okay, just checking around up here for plants, really. Nice little cemetery with some soapstone things. Another thing I wanted to complain about for a long time is Gelford. I think it's Gelford if I remember correctly. He's the rebel on the top area of Reddick, and he's the one who basically says, tells you where those orc patrols are, and he goes on to say something like, watch out, orcs are everywhere in the woods patrolling. And sure enough, if I push M, there were orcs patrolling between Cape Dun and Ardea, at least 2 patrols, on either side of Reddick. There were orcs in Cape Dun and Ardea, and it just seems to me like those orcs surely would have found the giant hole in the ground with a campfire, a cabin, and about 18 different people chattering all night long. It seems to me that that would be easy for any orc within, 20 miles to find. And they didn't. Smoke rises, people. So, I don't mean to be so mean, but the truth is, the game could have done a little bit better job of disguising Reddick, or putting it somewhere a little bit more out of the way. And putting it where they did, with no disguise, really, is a bit unrealistic, all things considered. I am going to go ahead and push F5 at this point, quick save, because I'm walking close to that cliff, and I know that if I fell off, I'd surely die. So, I'm just checking for other plants. Come back here. Not seeing any. Okay, great. And there's a little hut. Checking the hut. There's a chest. I'm going to leave well enough alone. I think that's technically considered inside. Okay, so there's some orcs. This guy's got a name, so we'll talk to him.
To fight in the arena?
I want to fight in the arena.
Fine. I will send you an easy opponent first. If you manage to defeat him, we can talk again.
What do I do next?
Enter the arena and fight. If you leave, you lose.
What can I win in the arena?
The arena champion.
Looks like the guy's already waiting in there.
Loser.
So I can win a sword.
Don't cause any trouble here. Got it?
Then show me what you've got.
I take this guy out.
Folks, there's a fight.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a close one, guys. That was really close. He almost got me. Fortunately, I got him. Fucker. Pick up. Ooh, he's got a little instruction thing. We'll read that in just a minute. I've actually missed reading out on a couple things that I really wanted to read. So this is a good reminder that I need to read a couple things. Gonna eat some of this meat that I have saved in hotkey number 6. to recover from this battle. And I'm going to push quick save. Part of why that battle was a little more difficult than I think it needed to be was because I went ahead and started using the short attack method where I hold right click and just tap left click.
You won, but this was an easy opponent. I can send you a good...
He's going to send me a better opponent now. Give me an
Give
opponent.
me.
You and
But you can see that even though I haven't spent any of my skill points, I'm essentially as green as I was when I started this
Come
game.
here, boy. Hey, folks.
Oh boy,
There's a
he got me
fight.
there. But even though I'm just as green as when I started this game, I'm still able to fight just as well as these guys. Even though they do a lot more damage, I still have a lot more speed and a lot more, frankly, skill. Just, swinging my sword at them. And so, oh, what's this? Well, that's interesting. These are all interesting. I'm very excited to look at these, and I will promise I will
Nothing to
look
be
at
had
them
there.
in just a minute. I'm gonna go talk to the guy that I beat a minute
Hey,
ago.
you devil. You're damn good.
Hey, you devil,
You'll
you
go
handsome
far among
devil.
the gladiators. Much respect.
Much respect, you handsome
We'll
devil.
talk later.
Get a little bit more experience by exploring that. So everybody's turned blue in the meantime, meaning that I've gained enough reputation
I
to
won.
please the town.
Yes. Nobody else wants to go up it.
Do I get?
Well, that was
Yes.
easy. I got a sword just because I won a couple battles. Okay, so push I. And real quick, just FYI, I've got this broadsword. I'm not quite strong enough to use it, but that would do a little bit more damage than the one I'm currently using. Okay, before... You know what, I'm going to call it an episode for now, and we'll pick it up here when we resume here in just a minute. So if you've been watching, thank you, and just remember, Professor Snuggles has his eye on you.